Virginia Tech lands James Franklin and the first hire of this 2025 head coaching carousel that has spun completely out of control. But now we have a new and a familiar face in a brand new place. I'm Dylan Hildreth. This is the Dylan Hildreth Show. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any football or racing. Let's dive into this, shall we? This article by Trey Wallace of Outkick. We love ourselves some Outkick. Virginia Tech lands former Penn State coach James Franklin as the new head coach. Virginia Tech bets big on James Franklin to restore Hokies college football glory after years, decades of struggle. A few weeks of waiting, James Franklin made the decision to accept the head coaching job at Virginia Tech. The former Penn State coach has been mulling an offer from the Hokies, doing his own digging into the university as he wanted plans for NIL and assistant coaches' salary pool. After being fired by the Nittany Lions October 12th, Franklin has been searching for his next spot, having conversations with Arkansas about its opening in the process. But it was Virginia Tech that made the most sense to Franklin in the long run. Over his 15 seasons at Penn State, he won 128 games, but could not get past the big game stigma that followed him during his time in State College. After the overtime loss to Oregon, the wheels seemingly fell off the bus for the team, leading to a loss at UCLA, followed by another loss in Happy Valley to Northwestern. According to CBS Sports, James Franklin and Penn State did settle on a negotiated buyout, which will drop his buyout from $49 million to $9 million in this case. That is a win for both sides, given that Franklin had mitigating language in his contract. But make no mistake, James Franklin is a winner and will bring a different element to Blacksburg, coming off the college football playoff semifinal appearance last season. Yeah, that's another wild thing here. Like, James Franklin and Penn State was one play away from getting a rematch with Ohio State in the national championship game last year. Like, this is nuts. But I get the want to fire him, but oh my goodness. And I mean, it granted, the Penn State collapse was nothing like we've ever seen before. But I mean, my goodness, this hire by Virginia Tech is a absolute home run of home runs, just out of this world insane. This move by the Hokies should signal that they are ready to win now, and they'll do whatever it takes to get the football program back into ACC relevance. After firing Brett Pry, Virginia Tech officials went right to work trying to land the former Penn State coach. The Hokies struck out in the last two hires with Justin Fuente and Pry, so the decision to lure Franklin to Blacksburg was key in the school making sure the football program was not going to continue flailing in the wind. So, yeah, he is, this is an absolute home run hire for Virginia Tech. They have really been desperate to get back to the winning ways. When you look at Virginia Tech, they're come on. Nope, there we go. 3-7 this year. 6-7 the year before. A winning season, kind of. 7-6. 3-8. 6-7. 5-6. 8-5. Their most successful year over the last 5 years. Or 6 years. Then 6-7. 9-4 in 2017. 10-4. 7-6. 7-6. 8-5. They're like this is not Virginia Tech standards at all. And in the in yeah, in the later years of Frank Beamer, it began to tail off. But make no mistake, Frank Beamer, absolute Hall of Fame coach. I mean, he was at the school from 1987 all the way to 2015, backing up 238 wins. And I believe I could have sworn there was a national championship won by Virginia Tech. I guess not. Came close in 2000. But I mean, there was a standard of excellence that was set forth by Frank Beamer that has not been replicated at Virginia Tech. Now I get times have changed, and I don't think James Franklin would be taking this job if Virginia Tech wasn't going to say, "Okay, we are going all in, and we're gonna just write you the blank check, and we're gonna go get some players, and we're gonna make this happen." Now, the other thing that you gotta take a look at is Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech being in the ACC, the road to the college football playoff is much easier in the ACC than it is in the Big Ten, than it is in the SEC. And I think that part also played a role. Plus, with Virginia Tech, with how they've been over the last essentially decade and a half, their last 10-win season, I think was 2019, or not even. Their last 10-win season came in 2016. And that was under Frank Beamer, or no, first year under Justin Fuente. And they needed the bowl game to get him there. And then you had the twilight of Frank Beamer's career. But before that, Beamer had won 10 plus games, 2011 to 2005 or 2004. And then before that, dating back to 1999, they had a couple 10-win seasons. And then two 10-win seasons in 95-96. And they just never got to that point. So, can James Franklin make it to bring Virginia Tech back to the promised land? I think so. I mean, the situation he picked up at Penn State was a lot worse than what Virginia Tech is. Because if you have to remember, Penn State, they were still in the toils of the Sandusky situation. and I think they had another couple years of a bowl ban, depleted scholarships, the whole shebang. And this, I think is, I think this is their biggest hire. Well, obviously, this is their biggest hire since bringing on Frank Beamer in 1987. So I I think we're gonna see. I don't think next year. I think that's a little bit too tall of a task. See Virginia Tech in the running next year, but give it a give it a couple of years. By year two, you should be seeing 7, 8 wins, and then by year three, we're getting to that 10-win mark again. So, because building a program like Virginia Tech, I mean, unless he goes full blown Kurt Getty, which unlikely but possible. Which I'd be surprised if we see anybody do what Kurt Getty's ever done, even come close to that. But anyway, nonetheless, this tremendous hire from Virginia Tech. I'm very, very happy for James Franklin, and he will be doing some really, really great things. All right, so that's all I got for you today. That's all I got for you on this. I'm Dylan Holder. If this is the Dylan Holder Show, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And we'll see you next one.